Hi there, welcome to Time-LordTV. Thank you very much for watching. To newbies and existing subscribers, diving straight into in Lightroom here. I've been up in Northumbria and this is Fountains Abbey, quite a nice shot, but I want to show you about some basics here. So first of all, as I do on all my images in Lightroom, I go to basic now. Can't do DSLR because this was shot on my phone, so just adjusting some settings here like exposure, etc., some shadows, blacks, etc. Let's move the exposure back there. Okay, a bit of contrast there, doing these fairly rapidly, fairly quickly on this short video. So vibrance down, saturation up a bit. Okay, saturation will change in a minute though, because I'm going to turn this into a black and white image. Okay, so what I want to do is eliminate these nasty people. You've got these brushes up here, but here's one of the latest ones. It's using a bit of AI. Just click on the people. Don't like people spoiling a shot. And with AI, you can easily get rid of them by just clicking on them like this. That one's needs to be a bit larger. So let's say, oh, that's enlarged. An existing one, doesn't matter. Let's click on that. Those people are gone. To close that up and just have a look. That looks a lot better without the people spoiling the view. So let's see what else we can do here. Let's take it down to a black and white by moving in saturation. Let's then go back. You have to sort of look at these and adjust them a bit. But the building really doesn't stand out at Fountains Abbey here, this marvellous Abbey, whatever it was. I think it was an Abbey. Well, it's called Fountains Abbey. So just make sure auto mask is clicked there. It's going to take a little bit of time, so please bear with me, or just skip on until you see the red on all of this building. So with auto mask on, it will more or less go around the edges. Sometimes, sometimes when you're doing it quickly, it goes over the edge, but we'll come back to that in a momento. So just quickly going over here, going over here, going over here, etc., all the way through. As say, if you get a bit bored at this point, then just move on while I paint. It's quite therapeutic, this though, but while I paint over the building. You can actually in the settings turn this off, but I'm not sure why you would, because you want to see where you've gone over. Yeah, and now the end of the building here. This part of the building isn't too bad, but I'm going to do it all so that it looks pretty smooth and feathered when I've actually painted it all in. Almost there, up that spiry bit. Now let's click on erase. Quickly around there. There we go. Quickly around here. And take away the edge there. Okay, so that's the building. So now what we are going to do is these settings now will just adjust on this building. So exposure, bit of contrast, shadows, let's up those a bit. Blacks down. You have to understand the difference between blacks and shadows. Said that elsewhere. Now go down. And a bit of clarity. You can already see it's starting to pop, but don't do it too much. It looks a bit too unrealistic. Okay, so that's not too bad. It's made the building really stand out. Close that off, you can see that. And I like the cloud sort of moving into it. As I say, this is shot on a smartphone, a OnePlus 9, but these foreground stones, I just want to remove a bit of the shadow and make these pop a bit as well. So again, paint. A bit like a painter and decorator this, I suppose. But doing all this and going over this, going over. And yep, showing you what to do here. Some shadows here, some shadows here. Etc. Over, and that's about it there. And then this bit here, let's go on this bit of the shadows here, and there, and there. Okay, so I'm just looking for some darker, smaller bits that are darker now. Okay, so now we're going to move the sliders. And we're just going to remove some of the shadow. Don't do it too much, as I said. A bit of contrast into those stones there. You take the whiteness and the highlights on down. Sometimes when you do that, you have to go back to the exposure and change it. Now the clarity here and here. There we go. That's pretty good there. Okay, so close that off. You can see now that that is more in keeping with the building. It looks, there's a link between them, but although these stones and so on are there, I think they actually detract. So I'm going on to the heel brush now. Just enlarge it a bit. And I'm just going to go over these stones here, snap, and it takes another bit of the picture. Sometimes when you do this, it actually selects a really strange random part of the picture. Not sure why. Well, this one, it's overlapping itself. So let's just move that up there. Let's close that off. And then you can see without those stones, you're sort of walking into the picture a bit more. So just be aware of things like that. And let's do some overall settings now. Back to the main settings. Oh, that was a brush. Sorry, brush. Oh yeah, what I'm going to do now is just do a bit of linear brush on the sky. And I want to just take out a bit of the white. It's whiting out a bit. Can't get rid of all of the white out there up in the sky, especially on the right hand bit here, but we're going to do what we can. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, I close the brushes to see what I'm doing and see what I've done. Sometimes see it in context, but these trees over here, bit of shadow there. I want to lift that. The thing about cameras is, whether you've got the most expensive one or a smartphone, whatever, they actually can't expose the whole of an image correctly. So sometimes you have to do this. Some people say, oh, it isn't what was there, it isn't what I saw, but a camera doesn't represent what the eye sees and what the light is. So that's a pretty good black and white picture. Thank you very much for watching.